Hello everybody and welcome back to my story. So it's been a few days now since I've gotten the upgraded audio equipment, and I have yet to really try it out because I've been on the road filming for 539 Productions. So today was kind of just a rainy, dreary day again and really muddy outside, so it was almost impossible to really get out and accomplish anything. So I figured instead I would just stay here today and maybe create a few episodes for my story while I was stuck in the command center. And I figured what would be a better way to tell those stories than to do them on the new interface. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start the voiceover on the computer. Well, isn't that convenient? Well, it doesn't want to do it on my editor without a clip, which is kind of useless to me at this point. So now it needs to download an app, which I never needed to download before, only because I upgraded the operating system, and it's jumped from 2 minutes to download to 20 minutes, dropped to 17. No, we're to 16 now. This is just completely unnecessary. In between these clips, I've actually had to switch cameras and days. Yeah, this whole video has been filmed across several days, and I've been out and about traveling hundreds of miles while trying to make this, but I wanted to finally accomplish this video, which is to test out the new sound equipment. And you might be able to tell that I'm actually on the iPhone now, which is, I'm not a fan of it on in low light conditions, especially in this room with these color lights. It makes my eyes look incredibly red from afar. You can kind of see they look almost purple right now. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what this new microphone sounds like. So I'm not sure on the volume of this right now. I'm trying to look at my computer screen and kind of gauge based upon how it's graphing it out on the screen here. Okay. I'm thinking this is going to sound a little bit better. Anyway, let me know what you think of the sound quality on this microphone. And the microphone obviously is not the new part, but rather the M Audio interface, so that I can plug it into my computer. But I did want to test out this mic configuration because this is the mic that I will eventually be using, with a very handy mic stand, so that I don't have to do this every time. Normally I would just switch to the Canon and use my tripod on that, but it is dead from being on the road for about the past 5.5 hours, so this is pretty much the only option for me right now. Anyway, so I figured I'd tell you a quick story, although I couldn't think of too many that I was really ready to tell quite yet on this channel, but I did think of a decently funny one though, so I'll go ahead and tell that. The nearest big city and one of my favorite to visit has been Chicago, Illinois. I've been there so many times and walked around so many places. Started going there at a very young age for various reasons. I've been there for school trips, for band trips, for just pleasure, just going out there to shop on Michigan Avenue. And one of the times we decided to go up to the top of what was then called the Sears Tower, I believe now it's called the Willis Tower. We rode the elevator all the way to the observation deck and got out, and we're looking around obviously and seeing all the amazing views that you can see from the top of the tower. And my friends, being somewhat of you might say amateur comedians, without really thinking of people's actual reaction to it, they were just kind of doing it to be stupid. They started running at the walls on the sides of the building, obviously, I guess sort of acting like they were knocking the tower over, even though the thought of two teenage boys knocking down a skyscraper of that size by running would be absolutely ridiculous. But it was enough to actually make somebody cry. Somebody actually got scared and started crying, and so security came up and promptly asked them to stop doing it. Even though there was literally zero safety concern, they weren't even pushing on the windows. They were actually just lightly jumping against the wall itself, and which are clearly designed to not only withstand that sort of force, but the force of winds up to hundreds of miles per hour. So it's literally nothing more than a drop in the ocean in terms of the force that they were putting on the building, but it clearly scared the living you-know-what out of somebody to the point where they just put a stop to it. So I thought it was kind of a funny story that somebody literally fell for what wasn't even intended to be a prank, was just intended to be a couple of stupid boys acting stupid, and it ended up turning into something so much more for no reason whatsoever. But anyway, that's one of my funny experiences from Chicago, and I figured it'd be a more interesting way to kind of test out this microphone and get everybody's opinion on how it sounds. So let me know in the comments below what you're thinking of the new audio, and if it needs to be changed, if you like it, whatever you're feeling, let me know. And of course, I will see you again tomorrow for another road vlog, as I'm heading out on the road in hopes of getting a really cool hidden location in the middle of the country. So we'll see how that turns out tomorrow, and until then, hope you all have a great rest of your night. Bye, everybody.